Hey friends, Jason Heath here, and I know everybody watching this video is going through a tough time. COVID-19, gigs are canceled, teaching is totally whacked now. Everybody's being asked to do things that they're just not used to doing. Now, I put out a video and a blog last week about newbies and online teaching. I'll link to it up top, and I got a great response from that. And you are probably starting to teach online, or maybe you have been teaching online, and yes, you can do it with your phone. Yes, it works. You can use the mic on your phone. You can use the speaker on your phone. Yes, it can be done. And when you got no money and everything is falling apart, that's a good way to start. But you probably have noticed, and I'm a bass player, so this is particularly true for bass players, but oh my goodness, the audio quality, especially for those low frequencies, is just absolutely horrific. So what we're talking about in this video today is how to level up your audio, what you can do to get your students leveled up, and how to get through this time as musically efficiently as possible. So I want to start off by talking about my favorite device for teaching online and also for recording in general. It's the Zoom H6. Although the H4n, I think it's called the H4n Pro now, and the H5 have many of the same features, and they're less expensive, so that's a good thing. But the H6 has been my audio friend for so long. It's just got these wonderful, everything about Zoom is quality. The build quality from this company, I just am such a fan of. They've been around for 30 years or so, and just everything they do is great. I have recorded at least 1,000 hours on this thing, probably more. I've thrown it in and out of bags. I've stuffed it into suitcases that were overflowing. TSAs pulled it out and looked at it and tossed it around. It still works just as well as it did the day I got it. It's got 4 inputs on the side for either microphones, XLR cables, or for a 1/4-inch jack. So you can plug in all kinds of things to it. But what you're going to enjoy the most, especially if you're a bass player, but really for anybody, are these awesome Zoom mic capsules. So this is the one that comes with the device. This is also similar to what comes with the H4n and the H5, this XY pattern. What's cool about this is you've got a volume control right here for the XY microphone. And this is what I use to record my bass. Now Zoom makes some other capsules for this, and I actually got this kit that had this capsule and then this omnidirectional capsule, and you can swap them out really easily. You just take it off and you just put it on just like so. So very cool, and it gets great audio. I'm going to demonstrate here both of these. So we'll do the XY and we'll do the Omni, and I'm going to place these at different points. You can kind of hear how they pick up my bass, and they're going to work great for every instrument. But of course, being a bass player, those frequencies are particularly finicky to get to come through. Now, in addition to getting good audio on your instrument, you really want to be able to isolate your sound from your student's sound. So headphones are paramount for this. I love these MX50s from Audio-Technica. These are classic headphones that are used by musicians all over the place. They have all different kinds of cords that come with them, so you can swap them in and out. And I love that, if I can get it in there, and I love that you can swivel these earpieces, so you can have it here, just sitting on your neck, which is great while you're going about your business. And then you can put them on just like this, and then you can also slide one off or put it on top of your head if you want to, if that looks cool to you or whatever. What I love about this is now I can hear the student over here, but I can hear myself over here. I can kind of go halfway or whatever. They're very comfortable. I can wear them all day. In fact, sometimes I forget to take them off for hours. My wife will look at me and I'm just wandering around in my headphones. I love these things. They're about $130 or something like that. And I'll link to everything I'm talking about in the description below. But these are awesome. And then with the Zoom, you can just plug it in to the side here. You got headphones right here. And then you have your own independent headphone volume. So you can adjust your bass volume right here, and then you can adjust right here as well. And now, it might take a little getting used to. You're going to actually hear yourself in here along with your students. But I've actually found that that's a good thing because I don't know, it's weird, but actually being able to hear myself, and I've noticed this doing my podcast as well, it kind of makes me a little bit of a better listener. Like I'm sort of taking in the whole experience, including what I'm saying to the student, how I sound, how they sound. I actually think it makes for a bit of a better lesson. Strange, maybe, but true. Now, the other cool thing with the Audio-Technica is it comes with a really long cord that you can use, so you can get that connected to the Zoom and it's not really getting in the way of your playing. And then if you like, it also comes with a coil cord right here. And I kind of alternate between the two. I like the idea of the coil cord just in case I do something dumb. I don't want to pull everything over, but both of them seem to work well. And then just, also it comes with a 1/4-inch jack plug, so that's useful, maybe not for what we're talking about here, but just in general. And then it comes with this nice short cord that I actually use a lot of the time, just if I want to use them as regular headphones around the house. Okay, so I've got the Zoom mounted on a tripod. I just use this selfie stick that I've got. You can use anything, but I love this because I can raise and lower it so that I can get a really good height for where I want it in terms of my bass. And it seems to be stable enough. I haven't had any problems anyway. So then you're going to find that, especially if you're a bass player like me, having to bend down and try to talk into the microphone gets annoying, or it's like you're way far away from the student, and maybe that's okay for an hour, but if you're doing a lot of this online teaching, which you might be for a while here, it's going to get a little bit old. So the great thing with the Zoom, again, is it has these different inputs here. So I can just take a good old XLR cable and I can plug it in here. So plug it into, I'll put it into input 1. And then I can take like rock and roll mic, like Shure SM58. I love these things. You can run over them with your car and they're fine. Don't do that, but they stand up for forever. And then just put that there. You turn on the Zoom, if you haven't turned it on, and you make sure that you've armed the right tracks. And these red lights will come on if it's activated. And then I'm going to make sure that track 1 is activated, or armed is the right term, I think. And then I just take if I can get this out here, a microphone stand. I think I got this for 15 bucks or something on Amazon. And what I like about this one, and again, this is all linked up in the description below, but what I like about this one is it has a telescoping arm. So I can, he says, confidently, theoretically, somehow I can do this. Oh, here it is. I can bring this in and out. So I can then put the mic here and I can get it so that, and I can play around and do all sorts of stuff, but I can get it so that it's not really in the way of my bass. And I don't have to like lean over or do anything like that. I have a tendency to get excited when I bow, and I want to make sure that this is out of my way, but this makes for a much more comfortable experience. So for me, I then take this and lower this down, and get that to it where it's like a little bit more getting the bass frequencies of my instrument. So depending on what you play, you may need it further away, closer, but the beautiful thing is you can get however length of cord you need, so you could have the Zoom quite a bit away from you, have your headphones plugged in with the long cord. Let me get the headphones, I'll show you how that works. All right, so I've got the long cord plugged in. Again, I can interchange all these different cords down here on these Audio-Technicas. Put them here, or if I want to look cool, I can put them here while I'm not teaching, or put them like this. Put them on right there, and then I just take this and I plug it into the Zoom right over here. And now I've got some really good clearance. I can get pretty far away from this device. I can play, I can have my microphone stand over here. I can obviously get a longer or shorter XLR cable. So there's really a lot of expandability with this kind of gear. So let's take a look and a listen to how my bass sounds and my voice sounds when I'm recording like this. So here's an example of the way I like to do it in terms of using the Zoom. So you just plug it into the computer and you get it all set up. And again, we've got directions for all of that in the description below. Just follow the blog post, and we got photos and everything. So if you don't know how to set this up, you can. But as you can see, this is close to me. I can easily talk. I can move this around if I need to, no problem at all. So I don't have to crane my neck to talk to the student. I have the Zoom right now. You could do whatever you want. Right now I have the Omni capsule on it, and it's about 2 feet away from my bass, which is where I kind of like it. So I can be talking, I can be demonstrating, and then I can put on my headphones. So I just go over here and plug these in, and I've got the long cord. So just get this set like so, and I just kind of tuck it behind my body so it's out of the way, and put it like this, and I'm good to go. And you can always, if you want to keep the cord over here, like for bass players or upper string players, that might be nice. This is perfectly fine to reverse the left and right. That works well. And then for me, I just kind of go like that and pick up my bass, and I can go all day. So I'm hearing myself, I'm hearing my bass in the mix, and I can move it closer if I want to get a little more bass out of this right here. I can turn it up or down right here. Let's turn it up maybe just a little bit. See how that works. Ooh, I like that. That's good. So you really get some nice low frequency response. And you're able to hear yourself, you're able to hear your student, you don't have to move on naturally. And once you get this set up, this can just be in your teaching studio, so you're good to go. It's really a clean way, in my opinion, to do this online teaching thing. So that's just a quick look at the Zoom H6. Again, the H4n and the H5 have very similar features. I really dig this for a teaching setup, and it's so expandable. You can use this to do podcasts like I can do. You can use it as an audio interface or an on-the-go mixer with all those different tracks. It's really, really expandable. If you get into some other area of the music business, or even get into doing a little bit of videography, which we all kind of are doing more and more of these days, the Zoom will take you really far. So yeah, you can buy something for a little bit less, but you might probably will bump up on the limitations a lot faster than the H4n, the H5, or the H6. And I really think that all three of them are great. I just like the H6 because of what I do particularly, and I'm able to bring so many different inputs into it. And I do like that the color LCD screen is really bright and clear. I find I don't have to, as I'm getting older, this becomes more of an issue. I don't have to squint so much to see it. It's just really clean and clear. It's a workhorse. I've never had one problem with it, and I've taken it all over the globe. So I'm a fan of that. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope this is helpful. If you dig what I'm doing here, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, what we all say on YouTube, and let me know if there's another direction I can go with these that would be helpful for you.